Hi everyone, my name is Sophie and I'm a mom in Trinidad, and this is a video to show you how I pulled off my daughter's 10th birthday party virtually online during COVID. So she turned 10 late September 2020. I had been hoping earlier in the year, when all of the COVID stuff first started happening, that we would be able to have something small and something based outdoors. Oh, we'll have like her 3 best friends to the beach. And yeah, it became apparent in probably August that there's no way I'm going to be able to do that with restrictions and just personal responsibility, having immunocompromised family members. So I decided to attempt to have an online party for her. I think it went really well. So I wanted to give, especially Trinidadians, how I did it, because I didn't order anything online and the costs were manageable. Okay, here's how it went down. First of all, I selected her 5 best girlfriends. Keeping the numbers down is very important when you are having something online. Anybody who's been in a Zoom chat knows that when the numbers get bigger, it just becomes impossible and it's just not that fun anymore. Everyone's talking over each other, nobody has a chance to say anything. And I knew that that would probably apply double and triple when it comes to 10-year-olds. A note on online safety and kids, we were able to do this because of the app Just Talk Kids. We were not using Zoom or, a Facebook room, Google group or something. Just Talk Kids is an app that is free, is a bit more secure. You're not going to have some creepy old dude trying to hone in. One of the other kids had to set up the party for me. So props to Gigi and the Hernandez family for helping me out there. Because I also wanted it to be a surprise. I figured if we're already kind of limiting her party, the surprise aspect would be just something a little extra. With that in mind, I wanted to give each of the children, as much as possible, a shared experience to mimic if they were physically in the same room. The same activities, the same food, the same theme. So let's talk about the theme. It would have been way easier if I had chosen, cupcake. I think Spider-Man was really common, unicorns. If you go to places like Tulips, Richards, and Samro's, sort of party store, you will see tons of themed napkins and plates and all of that in those established themes. But somewhere earlier in 2020, my daughter told me she wanted a pizza party. The idea was to create party bags that usually you give at the end of a party, but instead they would be given at the start of the party. So the parents had to be in on it. So the party was on a Saturday. The Friday night, my husband and I went and delivered these bags. And in the bags were certain items that the parents had to hand to the kids at a certain time. We created a temporary WhatsApp group for the parents so that we would all be on cue. Here's what went into the bags. I went a little crazy with the food because every time I was in the grocery and I came across something that was just red or yellow, I was like, oh, I can buy 6 of these. It was very important that every bag have the exact same thing. So there was once or twice where I came across an item that would have been cool to go in the bags, but if they only had 4 of them, no way, because it has to be the exact shared thing among everybody. Whenever possible, pizza themed, so there was pizza combos. I found gummy pizzas at Richards that I mentioned already. I put a water bottle in there because I was giving so much junk. I said, okay, let me have these kids drink water. My daughter's favorite pizza topping is pineapple. To all of you people who are like, pineapple doesn't go on pizza, so sorry. Finding stuff with pizza on that's not gonna happen in Trinidad, except in Wonderful World, where I found pizza pencils. Oh, that was so awesome when I found that. The parents were handing over to the kids the bag with all of the food. I had them fill the water bottle with water and also pop the popcorn. So they were being given popcorn, water, and the bag, and then told to log on to Just Talk Kids. My daughter, I was giving her the same thing, but I also presented to her my balloon bouquet and it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be to put together. For a surprise, they were also given their pizza bandos. So I made those bandos. I got at excellent stores, I think they were around $12. Bandos that had, just little ears on them, little bunny ears. And then I used felt that I had at home, felt, scissors, glue gun, and created the pizza ears. Also in excellent stores, there were also options in Wonderful World. I found pizza socks. First part of the party was just them exploring all of this junk food in the bags and connecting online and just being like, wow, this is so cool. Hi, everyone. And my daughter feeling special, That on its own is a success and wonderful. But I also included actual pizza. I made sure to ask the parents what the favorite toppings were for each child, and shout out to Maria's Bakery in Woodbrook. Cut each pizza in half. That still gives about 3 big slices to each kid. They were great about that. They cut everything in half. They gave me extra boxes as well. It was frozen. The parents had instructions on when to put it in the oven, at what temperature. That was really cool. So they've got stuff to wear. They've got stuff to eat. Now you really got to give them something to do. It's not like they can play Passy Parcel or something. And yes, I recognize at 10 years old it's at the end where you can even possibly have these kinds of games. Kids grow up so fast these days, moving into 11, 12, these sort of preteen years. I'm going to lose very likely the opportunity to have this childlike joy in a birthday party setting. That was one of the other reasons I really wanted to do this project at all and give her this party. Thinking about the kinds of activities that we could pull off online, I settled on 2. One is a scavenger hunt. Instead of the traditional scavenger hunt where you would hide things and they would find it, not going over to these 5 houses and hiding things. I mean, you could technically, but that would be a bit much if you ask me. Instead, it was find something red, find something with a nose, and they could go around and find any item in their house. It works so well. My only tip is I attempted to keep it themed. So I asked them to find something pineapple. What I should have stipulated was nothing that was in the party bags counts, because everybody just used the pineapple water bottle. These girls are real smart. The second thing I did was Mad Libs. I remember doing this with my friends when I was at a similar age. I was a little nervous that it wouldn't work, but it really did. You know the concept of a Mad Lib? It is a story with blank spaces with certain adjectives and certain words left out. Kids get to ask each other, without knowing what the story is, give me a noun, give me an adjective. And then when it gets plugged in, the story is ridiculous and hilarious and really age appropriate. So that went on real well. I work with canva.com a lot for my day-to-day work in content creation for social media. It's free to use, canva.com, and they've got a lot of templates. So I used it to create the actual printed things. So the scavenger hunt was printed. Each kid got that handed to them by the parent at a certain time. It was in the bag. Each kid got their Mad Lib individually. Everybody had a different one. And this is the part where I give a shout out because they worked with me at a really accommodating cost to be able to specially print the invitations, the Mad Libs individually, and the scavenger hunt on different kinds and different sizes of paper. And I felt like I'm such a small account. I'm asking you to print, 6 things, not 600. But they were really sweet about it, and I totally recommend connecting with them if you want to do something similar. It was a total hit. You have to balance the amount of structured time and their free time, because they should have free time to just chat and talk and be friends. And then you just come in every now and then with the activities. Every parent, when I called, said, oh, okay, and when you drop off the bag the night before, I can give you her little gift, which created another segment of her party, which was the gift opening time. They get to see her opening as well. Back when I was 10, I don't think we opened gifts at parties. I don't remember doing that. Then to close off the party, I didn't want the girls to just be watching Sloan cut a cake and then only Sloan gets cake. I mean, it could work that way. I really highly recommend that you create cupcakes that match your cake. So handover to the parents Friday night was One of the reasons I was able to afford the party is because I saved money on not outside ordering a cake. Found this online. I could have made it from scratch, yes, and it would have been even cheaper, but honestly, Massey's just plain vanilla is so affordable. I was like, right, I just buying that. You can cut off the top as well to make it a little bit flatter. I did that. That was good. Actually, then I turned it upside down, I think, because the base of it is even flatter. Then you pour on your red buttercream icing. Oh, I had a total freak out because the powder red coloring I was using, dude, it made this icing look more purple than red. Thank you to Sarah upstairs in my building who advised me to add yellow powder. That totally saved it. And even though it was a darker red, it worked as pizza sauce. Online, people advised to use fruit leather to create the pepperoni slices. There's no fruit roll-up in Trinidad. Nowhere at all. So instead, I found this. It is fruit leather, but it's this different brand. I guess it's a South American brand. And it's like sugared. You just wash off that sugar, all right? And then I used a nozzle for piping icing. And I cut them out. And they were smaller than the original recipe recommended, but that totally worked. And then for the cheese, you're like, what is that? White chocolate. And then all you need is a cheese grater. And now I'm going to shout out my husband who grated all the cheese. A little green sprinkles, oregano. I'm real proud of these cakes. So the end of the party was all of the parents standing with their cupcakes. I gave them all a candle outside the door where their kids were. My husband and I with the big cake, the big pizza, and her 10 candles. And then it was go, and then everybody sang happy birthday at the same time.
Look at everybody on your screen. They've got the same cake!
Everyone has the same cake.
They were all able to blow out a candle together. And we don't have to worry about COVID because it's your own spit. Yay! Sloan actually chose to eat the cupcake because it was the same as everybody. I kept a few cupcakes at home. I thought that was like one of the most special parts of the experience because it was truly, truly shared. The costs of the party are very important. I can't wholeheartedly recommend to do something if it's not affordable. If this is where you are at, you need to stay indoors, have your child not come into physical contact with other kids or adults. This is a solid option. It was real fun. Happy birthday to everybody out there having a birthday coming up soon and needs this kind of option. Good luck.